What's up, everybody? How's it going? Thank you so much for stopping by. This is gonna be kind of a rant video, and I usually don't like to make these type of videos on the channel because I'd rather focus on content that I am happy to make or I want to make in a positive light. But I felt like I had to make this video because Skate is one of those games. The franchise Skate 1, 2, and 3 is something that I've loved over the years. Not a lot of games from EA that I really enjoy out there, if I'm being honest. There's a couple of games out there that I like that they've done over the years, but Skate has always been a franchise that I've really enjoyed because I love the sport of skateboarding. Growing up, I loved games like Tony Hawk, Pro Skaters, and Thrasher, if you guys remember that, or I'm just too old. But I never got into Session and Skater XL. I always loved Skate. Skate 1 was something that I really enjoyed back in the day when it came out. And then Skate 3. Honestly, I played all of them. I spent a lot of time with all of them. I go back and play each one every so often just because the game is so satisfying. So that's a little bit of context for you as where I'm coming from with Skate. A big fan of the franchise. I've submitted my whole thing to get into the playtest. Never got in this whole time. I always check my emails. I always get on the EA playtest to see if I've been selected. Nothing. And it sucks. It's a bummer because I really wanted to play this game and check it out and talk about it and really give my honest feedback. Just putting that out there, I have not played the game. I've only seen footage, and that is what I want to talk about today. I have been watching video after video about other people playing the game to kind of gauge how I feel from watching the footage. After all of this time now, I'm gonna be honest, man, like I'm not that excited when I feel like I should be, because this is supposed to be Skate 4, Skate 4. We've all been waiting for the next installment of Skates, and it's kind of disappointing. And I'll get to my opinion and the reasons why. I have been so excited to play this game. I have been so excited to finally see what they've been cooking up. I feel like right off the bat, the visuals and the graphics is such a turnoff for me. It reminds me a lot of Fortnite. I know a lot of people have been saying that as well, who also share the same opinion. The cartoony teenager aesthetic to the game just looks really out of place. And I'm not a fan of that. If you look at the older Skate games, they're very gritty. They're very grounded. Skate 1, 2, 3 kind of started to get a little bit into the cartoony territory with the graphics and the colors and all that stuff. But like Skate 2 is very gritty. Skate 1's very gritty. If you even look at the new Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 and 4, if you look at the way that game looks, and the lighting and the levels and all of that, like it looks really cool. It looks really good and gritty and realistic. And then you look at Skates, I'm just not impressed. And it's really disappointing because you want this game to look kind of realistic. You want to be playing a skateboarding simulator that is grounded. And that is kind of a big turnoff for me. I will say, I'll get to the other stuff as well, but I will say I will counter that with gameplay. I think the gameplay, and thank God that the gameplay looks good, and from what I'm seeing and hearing, the gameplay looks really good. It looks like it's refined. It looks like it just feels really good to play this game. And I think that's the most important factor here, is that the gameplay is good, because the gameplay is the most important thing above everything else. If the gameplay sucks and the graphics look great, it doesn't really matter, right? We want to play this game. We want to have fun. I want to spend hours upon hours into in Skate. And if the gameplay sucks, then I'm walking away probably after a little bit. I'm not going to put a lot of time into it. One of the reasons why I have spent so many hours over the years playing Skate 1, 2, and 3. Sorry, I keep saying Skate 1, 2, and 3. And For some reason, it's hard to say that. One of the reasons why I've spent so many hours playing these games is because of the gameplay. And each skate game kind of offers its own gameplay, right? Skate 1 came out and it was like really grounded. Skate 2 was still grounded. Skate 3, it's really hard to explain the feeling. You have to get your hands on it and play all three to understand. They all feel a little bit differently. Skate 2 is somewhere in between. Skate 1, I think in my opinion, is my favorite. There's something really gritty and grounded to the gameplay. It just feels so raw. And Skate 3 still feels really good, but in a different way. And it's so hard to explain. So I apologize that I'm not explaining that very well. If Skate 4's gameplay feels really good, I'm cool, man. I'm happy. You know, the graphics and the visuals and the cartoony vibes, I can probably get by. I can probably get away with that, even though I'll probably criticize it. And there has been people that keep saying that this game is going to evolve. Yeah, I think the game is going to evolve, but I doubt the visuals are going to sway away from this art style and this visual tone of the game. This is pretty much what we're going to get. This you know, kiddie teenage vibe artistic style is probably what is going to stick with this game. Can they make the game look better? Yeah, but I think the cartoony aesthetic is going to stay. Another thing that bothers me about this game is the fact that it's free to play, and obviously they want to get as many people to play this game as possible. In my opinion, we don't get a lot of skate games. So like, I would have been happy to pay $60, $70 for a skate game that, you know, they put a lot of time, energy, and love and passion and effort into it versus a free to play hoping to get money from microtransactions, right? That is my problem with this game above probably everything else is, you know, it's EA. You know, they're going to milk every single thing they can with clothes and skateboards and costumes and everything. Somebody can argue that, you know, they have to make their money because it's a free to play. My argument is the fact that, like, I would have been happy to spend money on this game. I think a lot of people would have spent money and been happy with a brand new skate game if it's done right. And it takes the franchise forward. It pushes the genre, you know, forward. I look at this game and I see this hollow game because it doesn't even look like there's real quests or missions. It doesn't feel like you're meeting real skaters and getting a mission from him. Like, I remember Skate 1, like, you were getting things from like Paul Rodriguez and like all these other skaters, like, go do this, go do that. Is that in this game? I don't know. So I don't want to judge the game too early for that, but if the quests and mission design is very basic and uninspiring, that's going to be a huge negative for me, because when I watch videos of this game, I don't see skateboard culture. I see another Fortnite copy in the vein of skateboarding. That's what I see. And I think that's the problem with a lot of people is they look at this game and they see another Fortnite, and like for someone who used to skateboard day and night when I was a kid, I don't skateboard anymore, but I still have a love and passion, like a deep passion for the sport of skateboarding. And I still love my skateboarding games, and I still watch skateboarding videos and all this stuff. I'm still like really into the sport. For someone who loves this world and this culture, you would think that you would put that in this game. You would think that you would put a little bit of skateboarding culture into a skateboarding game, and it seems like none of that is here. Again, this is just my opinion, and this is from the videos that I've seen. Is it early to judge this game? Yes. But you would also think that if they want to, I don't know, like advertise this game, you would think that they would show all this stuff if it was in the game. And another problem that I have with the game is that it's like it wants to focus on trying to bring as much people into this game versus like focusing on the people that are passionate about the three games, like your core audience who's been around forever, and also the people who are really, really familiar and into skateboarding culture. Like it seems like they're not focusing on people on that side of the fence. They're focusing on how many players can they get at the end of the day. I don't know, man. Again, I didn't want to make this video like I said, I don't want to focus on negative videos on this channel. I do want to keep it positive. I do want to talk about the things that I do like and am excited for and all that stuff. But skate is just one of those games that, like, I am passionate about skateboarding. I am someone who has put hundreds and hundreds, maybe thousands of hours between all the skate games. I've enjoyed all of them. They've all kind of given me something different. I look at the new skate game and it just seems shallow. It seems hollow. It seems like uninspiring. It seems goofy. And I was really looking for something a little bit more realistic. I was looking for something a little bit more grounded and gritty and something closer to skateboarding culture and the skateboarding world, honestly, man. Time will tell. Only time will tell, because, you know, when I get my hands on it, you best believe I'm going to play the shit out of this game, and I'm going to come back and I'm going to give you guys my opinion. If I was wrong on any of this stuff, I'll come back and I'll talk about how I was wrong, man. I do not mind being wrong. But these are my first impressions from seeing the game over the last couple of weeks. I've been watching a ton of videos from other creators. It just doesn't seem exciting, man. I hate that. I hate that feeling, because I want to be excited for this game. Now, things can change. I can get my hands on it. I could feel the game out for myself, do some tricks, spend a couple hours in this game, and my opinion can completely change because of the gameplay, because the gameplay is so good and it tops everything else, and I don't care about anything else. That could be that could be, you know, something that can happen. But one more thing before I go. Another thing I hate another thing I hate about this game is that it's always online. And I know a lot of people have expressed their frustration when it comes to this, but why? Why is this game always online, man? That is such a bummer, because I've played all of the skate games alone. A lot of people want to play these games alone. They don't want to be online. They don't want to play with other people, but I don't think it's going to be that bad. You might see other players out in the world, and maybe you can interact with them. And it seems like when you skate into other players, you know, like there's that invisibility situation. So you're not bumping into other real players, which is good. You're not going to be fighting over a ramp or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, but it's a bummer that this has been something that the community has been expressing, and it seems like the developers are kind of doubling down, and, you know, this game seems like it's going to be online only, which is real unfortunate, because the last thing I want to do is play skate online. And that's just me, man. Leave me alone. Let me skateboard alone. But those are my thoughts. Please leave your comment, man. Do you share some of the same opinions that I have? Do you think I'm wrong? Let's have a conversation down below, man. I'd love to hear from you. I'd love to hear your opinions. What do you think about the new skate game? Are you playing it? Have you played the game? Let me know, man. If you are playing it, how does it feel? Do you enjoy the game? Do you hate it? Tell me anything about skate, because this is a game that I definitely still want to get my hands on. I definitely still want to play. Deep down, I'm still excited to, you know, get my hands on it and see what it is. But from my first impressions, it's been kind of disappointing. But those are my thoughts, man. Hit that like button if you like this video, and consider subscribing to the channel. And if you are, man, I appreciate it. You guys take it easy, and peace.